Hi, I am Jolly Shakya, student of Masters of International Business from IMC. Today, the product for my presentation is Nepali tourism and Nepali cuisine. Let's start our presentation. So I would like to give a brief information on Nepal and its cuisine. So about Nepal. Nepal is a South Asian country lying along the southern slopes of the Himalayan mountain ranges. It is a landlocked country located between India to the east, south and west, and the Tibet to the north. Its territory extends roughly 500 miles from east to west and 90 to 150 miles from north to south. The capital is Kathmandu. Nepal is an incredibly diverse country and home to multiple religions, race, tribes, and cultures. The country has over 100 ethnic groups and is virtually a melting pot of many languages and ethnicity. A Nepali family wants to introduce to you is most likely to invite you in for a meal. Even the poorest people will share their meals with guests. Perhaps this is the major reason why a tourist cannot remain a tourist for very long in Nepal. Once the tourist begins to know the place and its people, he is no longer a stranger, he is a valued guest. So let's talk about Nepali cuisine. Food in a way represents a nation's ethnicity. It is one of those distinct elements that tell a nation apart from another. Among their elements like clothing, languages, traditions, etc. Nepalese cuisine comprises of varieties of cuisine based upon ethnicity, soil, climate, and relating to Nepal's cultural diversity and geography. The people of Nepal have many different backgrounds and ethnicities, and this multitude of influences is reflected within the country's cuisine. Nepal has culture and geographical diversity, which has resulted in varieties of cuisine. It is multi-ethnic and multicultural country. The ethnic group of Nepal has their own special cuisine. Nepalese cuisine is one of the most beautiful things about their culture against popular belief. They have a number of dishes that are blend of amazing flavors that are lip-smacking. So let me discuss about why I chose as my product for Nepali tourism and Nepali cuisine for Australian target market. So Nepal, with rich ancient culture set against the most dramatic scenery in the world, is a land of discovery and unique experience for broad-minded individuals who value an experience that is authentic and mesmerizing. Nepal is the ideal destination. Nepali tourism is not only about Himalayas, so it is unsurpassed that the sheer diversity of Nepal boasts from steamy jungle and Tarai to the icy peaks of the world's highest mountains means that the range of activities on offer trekking, mountaineering, rafting, kayaking, canoeing, bungee jumping in spectacular scenery are the things Nepal is famous for. Nepal is the country of Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak in the world and the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, Lumbini. Mountaineering and other types of adventure, tourism, and ecotourism are important attractions for visitors. There are other important religious pilgrimage sites throughout the country for followers for various sects and religions. There are 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and is also home to a myriad of monuments, sculptures, artistic temples, and magnificent artworks. You can enter the historical grounds of the Kathmandu Darbar Square, which is the heart of capital city, and visit the old palace, which was the seat of power of the Malla and Shai dynasties until a new palace was built. You can take a tour around Patan Darbar Square, where you can walk through the old alleys where timeless wood and stone carvings of hundreds of Hindu and Buddhist deities greet you from every temple wall. Admire the countless design on wood carved windows and the architectural achievements of Newar craftsmen of centuries ago. The stone carved Krishna temple and the amazing craftsmanship in the old Malla palace and the row of pagoda temples enriching the Darbar Square are a sight to see. The Bhaktapur Darbar Square is even more blissful with its 55-window palace, statue of King Bhupatindra Malla, art gallery with antiques and temples of stone wood carvings, and the resplendent Golden Gate, all built during the reign of Malla kings. The other squares of famous for 5 stories Nathapur temple that withstood two devastating earthquakes, and the Dattatreya Square, which is with its famous peacock window, the wood carving museum, and the brass and bronze museum. If you want to experience Buddhism, then you must visit Swayambhu, also popularly known as the Monkey Temple, or visit Bauddha and enjoy the blissful time in the these ancient places of worship away from the noise and chaos of the city. Spin the hundreds of prayer wheels that surround the main domes and be a part of spiritual incantations and prayers that take place in the evenings. You can light oil lamps and say prayers for your loved one. The national parks of Nepal are the most diverse in the world, from the thick and sweltering jungles of Chitwan National Park, where wildlife and vegetation thrive, to Arctic conditions in the Himalayan, where wildlife and plants struggles to survive. This country offers an experience of a lifetime. Enjoy the serenity of a pristine jungle and then climb up to the highest regions on earth to enjoy the magnificence of the snowy mountains and find peace in the tranquility. Regarded as the most scenic tourist destination is Nepal is the Phoksundo Lake, which lies in Nepal Phoksundo National Park. This place is regarded as sacred by Buddhists and followers of Bonpo religion, since there are more than 20 stupas in the southern belt and one gompa in eastern side of the lake. Rara Lake, which is at 2,990 meters, is the deepest lake in Nepal and also one of the most pristine. Surrounded by green hills on all sides, covered in juniper trees, one can camp by the sparkling water of the lake, go boating in the clear waters, hike to the nearby hills for a closer view of mountains and lake, get acquainted with the charming local people, or just walk around the large lake watching out for wildflowers or a red bird along the way. So next comes Yarshagumba. So you can try Yarshagumba, which is the most unique herb. It is also termed as caterpillar fungus. It is the stuff that is found in the western Himalayan region of Nepal. Also, it is called biological gold because of its benefit and price. Nepal is the home to only one living goddess called Kumari in the world. It is believed that the goddess Taleju is embodied in a pre-pubescent girl called the Kumari, or living goddess, by the Nevari people of Kathmandu Valley. And then comes the beautiful Pokhara. The Pokhara is the second most visited city in Nepal, as well as one of the most popular tourist destinations. It is famous for its tranquil atmosphere and the beautiful surrounding countryside. Pokhara is Nepal's #1 adventure and leisure destination. Pokhara's spellbinding beauty has been the subject of many travel writers. In Pokhara, you can experience the excitement of adventure like boating, hiking, pony rides, paragliding, bungee, zip line, or simply relaxing at one of the several lakes in the valley. Pokhara will overwhelm you with its natural beauty and great photos. You can walk along the shores of Feva Lake, enjoying the greenery surrounding you and gaze at the spectacular panoramic view of the Himalayan peaks of the Annapurna. Brightly painted wooden boats add vibrant colors to the greenery, while paragliders float down slowly from above. Flying over the lake is going to be one of the highlights of your travel experience in Nepal. So these are the breathtaking pictures of Chitwan National Park and other national parks, Phoksundo Lake, Rara Lake, and Pokhara. So talking about why Nepali cuisine, or what is it so special in it? So there is no better way to understand Nepal and Nepali people than through their cuisine. Nepal does not have one distinct cooking style, however food habits differ depending on the region. Wherever you go, your trip would be incomplete without getting an opportunity to taste the local cuisine. Nepal is a land of diverse cuisine, the vast number of ethnic groups that have their own delicacies depending on the topography and climate of the region. So Nepali food tends to be light in spices and not overly hot. It's fresh and the spice complements the vegetables or meat it's cooked with. Ranging from colorful sweets to some mouth-watering delicacies, Nepal has everything to entice the travel and food lover, and especially the health conscious. Compared with the other South Asian countries, Nepal follows a healthy diet that includes chunky vegetables, lean meats, pickled ingredients, and salads. So talking about the target market and customer in Australia, So Australia is one of the most multicultural countries in the world. There are many Nepalese, Indian, and Asian society in Australia nowadays. Nepali tourism and its cuisine is perfect for Australia and its growing Asian community and Australian-born communities. And foods are not spicy and has mouth-watering taste, and many will love adventure. Targeted market are both elderly and youngsters who love adventure, who loves culture, traditions, historical architectures, and of course the food. If you spend like $200 to $300 per day, you can spend your time in a very lavish hotel or a resort in Nepal. The prices are very reasonable, and cash is still a king in Nepal, and it is easy to exchange Australian dollars into Nepali rupees when you arrive. So my advice would be to carry as much as cash you are comfortable with. You can then use your Australian debit or credit cards and ATMs to access and further money you may need. So there are, I think, almost all the suburbs have at least one Nepali restaurants nowadays in Sydney, Australia. So if you want to try some lip smacking foods, Nepali foods, then you must visit a Nepali restaurant. So talking about international marketing campaign, one can use marketing mix to find the right combination of product, price, promotion, and distribution so that a company can gain and maintain advantage over competitors. A better way to plan the international marketing campaign is introducing smarter processes and allocate roles and accountabilities, deciding creative development of approach in association with the markets, get the markets involved and co-create, assigning clear project management and communication under a project lead, thinking of localization strategy and campaign delivery first. So this is the end of my presentation. So come and reveal in the untouched and the undiscovered and uncover yourself. Please do visit Nepal and please try the dishes of Nepalese restaurants that are in Australia. Thank you.